Today I was practicing some songs using the, the famous chainsaw distortion that you get with either one of these thingies or the Boss HM2, any of their versions. And I ran out of battery because I didn't have the DC adapter for that pedal, because that's how I roll. And I was a bit bummed out because I didn't have any spare batteries. I just basically refused to, keep on practicing without having that tone, because, well, if you already know that tone, it's a beast of its own. It's a one-trick pony that basically overpowers everything with a huge amount of gain and distortion, and it makes this really distinctive distortion that has been famous because of the old school Swedish death metal scene. Bands like Dismember, Grave, Entombed, and The thing is that I was actually really bummed out, and I really didn't want it to go out just to get the battery, because I would lose time. So I started, fiddling around with my handy dandy G3XN just to, by any chance I would get something similar. And surprisingly, I did, and that got me really excited. So basically I wanted to show you, in case if you have one of these units, how you can get a chainsaw tone. Disclaimer, it's not going to be the exact same thing, obviously, as a HM2 or one of those Behringer HM 300, but it's quite close. And the good thing is that you can tweak it to your liking. And basically what I'm going to walk you through is on the patch that made that result. Nothing it's really overly complicated here. I'm just running the guitar straight into the G3XN, straight into the audio interface, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so I'm going to start a new patch. Let's just grab this one and name it Chainsaw 2. Lovely. Here is that empty patch. I'm just going to enter the patch, and as you see, everything is empty. So I'm going to start by adding the emulation of the Boss DS1. Well, actually I should put first a looper, because then, forget this, this is just for the demo's sake. So then I'm going to add a emulation of a DS1, which in this pedal is called, you can find it under Drive, and it's called Distortion 1. Where the fuck is... here it is. Then that is the one that it's a Proco, I don't remember the name of that pedal. I'll place it somewhere here on the screen. Squeak. Here we are. Then we're going to add, obviously, the amplifier, which in this case is the rule of thumb is just anything. Anything goes. My choice here is just a Marshall emulation, something like in the, let's say, some sort of crunch channel or something like that. And then we're going to select, of course, a cabinet, or in this case the IR. For some reason, the one that I like the most and the one that I think that it sounds better for high gain distortion is an emulation of a Fender something, I don't remember the name, but here we are, FDMA 2x12. Now comes the fun part. I'm putting everything on all the way up, big boy, all the way up, all the way up. Dry mix is something we are also going to play with, because it offers a bit of some sort of EQ thingies. Okay, so I'm just going to bypass these two guys, and I'm going to hear the amp by itself, just to see how this thingy sounds. You know what, I'm going to change the amplifier. That's better. Fuck! The idea. Now, it sounds pretty similar, I have to say. The main difference, and you'll see this in a while because I'm going to put this thing right next to the HM300 by Behringer. Anyways, it sounds pretty similar, and I haven't even actually started to go deep into tweaking EQs or nothing like that. So I'm pretty sure that with some time on your hands and a lot of patience, you can get even closer to the HM200 tone. The first thing that I notice is that there is more definition. The distortion is not as saturated as the HM300. And one thing that I liked a lot, and it's something that I struggle with the HM200, is the palm mutes, because the palm mutes lose a whole lot of clarity. Obviously, once again, clarity is not the name of the game with this pedal. But it's fairly easy. Once again, I think that the trick here is just to pair the distortion one, which is a copy of the DS1 Boss DS1, and then the squeak, which is the copy of the Proco Rat. Now, just to see how similar this thing is next to the HM300, I'm going to loop a riff for an A-B comparison in between the two of them. Oh fuck. Jesus fuck. I'm going to leave this patch on the description. So I'm going to on the description. I'm going to upload that so you can download the patch. And now the cool part is that, well, obviously, this is the cheapest HM200 emulation you're going to get out there. This is the Behringer HM300. Brand new, this costs 30 euros, 29 euros. You can find it for 25 even. It's so cheap because, you know, it's a plastic housing, and they are just not, you know, the quality is just, it's a toy. But it's quite similar to the HM200. Now, well, once again, this costs 30 euros. The HM200, if you get the WASA version, it's around 150, 160, 140 euros or dollars. If you want to buy one of the old ones from the 80s, they are also going to go around 150, 160, 100, even 200, depending on how fucking crazy are the people who are actually selling those things. And they are going to be in pretty much deplorable conditions, all fucked up, knobs missing, all scratch, you know, how it should be. But this little thing goes for 150, brand new if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check. Having that in mind, you have a which can actually also mimic the HM200 sound. Unless you, obviously, if you want to buy the real thing, that's fucking wonderful. I will too, eventually, someday. Anyways, I just wanted to show you this because I'm actually impressed on how fucking good it sounds. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to do a follow-up video on how close I managed to get to the real HM200 sound. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have a kick-ass weekend. If you haven't by now, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me a lot and it fills my ego. So please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, even if you didn't like this video, because why the f not? Thank you for watching. Enjoy your weekend. Go get yourself a cold beer because you deserve it. Play some nice kick-ass music, and while you're at it,